Quinfall is an upcoming MMORPG that is seemingly promising the world. With a trailer that boasts just about every feature that MMO players have been asking for years, all wrapped up in one perfect game, including a card game? During said trailer, Varric states that players can visit shops and taverns owned by other players, and that within these taverns you can play board games and mini games against others, not specifying if this includes players and NPCs or one or the other, but presumably both.
In Quinfall, you can visit shops and taverns run by other players, play board games or mini games with others, and even make your own music.
At a glance, the card game is clearly inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh, with predefined zones on both a front and back row, but instead of Yu-Gi-Oh's 5 main zones, Quinfall has 6. Over on the left, we can see a single field spell zone, a mystery zone where the extra deck would be in Yu-Gi-Oh, and on the right hand side we can see the deck and graveyard, although they are mirrored on the opponent's side of the board. Both players' life points are clearly showed at 5,000 on the far left, interestingly stating that they are 5,000 out of 5,000, perhaps alluding to the fact that 5,000 is the cap and not being able to increase above it. Next we'll talk about the players' hands. Both players are currently holding 6 or less cards, which would follow the Yu-Gi-Oh hand size limit, and within the hand of the player character we can see 4 distinct card types. The 2 leftmost cards are clearly monster cards, with attack and defense values, levels, shown as both a number like in Rush Duels, and a number of symbols displayed horizontally across the card like in the Master Rule, and an element. There doesn't appear to be any card effects listed on these monster cards, although since the game is digital, they are perhaps hidden away until the card is clicked on or hovered over, so it's hard to tell, but this is clearly an early build of the game and thus could still yet to be implemented. Desert Warrior is a level 3 monster with 750 attack and 550 defense, and Blue Northern Dragon is a level 7 monster with 2200 attack and 1850 defense. Next we have a spell card, Magic Elixir of Life, that increases the defense of your wizard cards by 20%. The other spells on the field all appear to be either equip or continuous since they are remaining on the field, but there doesn't appear to be a symbol or keyword identifying them as specifically equip or continuous or regular spells. For now, we'll have to assume that all spells are continuous and their effects are seemingly always in effect while on the field. Interestingly, the card gives a percentage increase rather than a flat boost, possibly a reference to Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh, in which field power bonuses also have a percentage increase. The next card is Northern Cold, a field spell that increases the attack and defense of cold elemental attack cards by 20%. Since this uses the phrasing cold elemental attacks, we could infer that this game possibly has the Pokemon's weakness and resistance system, which was also present in the Duelist Kingdom arc of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime to some extent. Finally, we have a trap card, Unexpected Hurricane, that halves the attack points of attack cards with 3 stars or less. Will be applied to the first attacking enemy card. So this is poorly written, but I think we get the gist of what this card does. It will automatically trigger when the first level 3 or lower monster declares an attack, and then halves that monster's attack. Now you could make an argument for halving all level 3 or lower monsters' attack, but based on the text will be applied to the first attacking enemy card, I believe this is both an activation condition and declaration of a target. It also does make sense for a digital card game to have automatic trap cards to speed up the pace of the game, much like how Hearthstone handles secrets. On the field we see 4 monster cards, 3 face down cards in the back row, and 3 face up spell cards. On the player's field are 2 monsters, Little Snow Dragon, a level 4 with 1150 attack and 950 defense, and Secret Fire Mage, a level 4 with 1100 attack and 850 defense. We also have a spell with a shield picture, but it's too small for me to make out. The opponent's field has Leader of the Sand Dunes, a level 6, 1600 attack and 1300 defense monster, and another that never gets hovered over, but it's clearly level 2, as well as 2 spells, one which again never gets hovered over, and the other is Public Support that ignores any first attack that affects your life points, both adding support to spells being continuous and not equipped to specific cards, and it confirms that life in this game is called life points. Finally, in both players' graveyards, we see humanoid warrior looking monster cards, one level 4 and the other level 5. The gameplay we see is very short, but the player clearly tributes 2 monsters to summon out the level 7 blue northern dragon and declares an attack on the leader of the sand dunes, destroying it and triggering public support to protect the opponent's life points. There is no indication of phases, but there is a turn count and a timer on the left hand side of the screen. So this may simply be mocked together card game put into an MMO that could never release simply to get the attention of MMO/TCG enthusiasts such as myself, but I thought it would be fun to just break it down and see what was potentially on offer. If any other news about Quinfall's card minigame gets announced or revealed, I'll be sure to make a follow-up video. Thanks for watching.